We are in the portion of Tzav, and as we all know, this is, we start the book of Vayikra, we start the book of basically the third book of Moses, that representing Bina. What does that mean? It means that we are capturing energy that give us freedom. And of course, talking about freedom in those days can confuse some people, but freedom is not just the words. Freedom has a meaning, and freedom is being able to free for my needs. I mentioned something this morning, and some people ask me, why would you say that? Choosing one teacher, one doctor, one nurse, one husband, one wife. We are in a modern society, so husband has 1 wife and 9 lovers, and woman has 1 husband, 9 lovers, and the people have 50 rabbis and 60 priests. What's wrong with that? Let's try to understand the need in that. So first, before even I start Tzav, the word Tzav means order. It's got to be some order in your life, at least for 1 year. I see many people, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, everybody see everybody. So I see every time there is a message, everybody running in to listen to that message, and then another run to this message. And basically it's like sleeping with too many people in the same time. It's not that it's bad, it's terrible. And that's what it does. It's affecting your mind without even it's affecting your mind. So choose something. And after you choose, you try it for 1 year, you don't like it, you divorce that teacher or that teaching, then you move on. It's not a problem. But when you try to let your ears take information from everyone, it ends up chaotic in your mind. And if you ask yourself why you don't remember sometimes things, why you get confused, why is this, why is that, very simple, because your brain is taking information from too many directions. And when that happens, the result come with it, so just be careful in those days, just to be careful. And if you're not careful, it's okay with me. I don't mind whatever decision you make, because this is your life, it's not somebody else's life. So if you do it for you, choose one thing. So this I have to address before even we start. The portion of Tzav start with the word Tzav. Tzav means order. And the order that come from God to Moses, it say he should sacrifice this korban, this sacrifice is called Olah. And korban Olah, I have to explain, there's many types of sacrifice in those days. In those days it was mostly the sacrifice that a person is doing to remove the sin, to remove the negativity that we did, whatever negativity that we decided to do. Based on that, that's the korban, that's the sacrifice the person has to bring. Now the word korban comes with the word krav. Krav means to fight. Korban means litkarev, to get closer. Get closer to who? Get closer to the nun, because korban, n in the end. So n in the end means freedom. You're getting close to your freedom. And the technology of doing it is to do it quick. Say Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, you have to do it quick. Why you have to be quick about this specific sacrifice? Because there is no benefit in it. It's called korban olah. What is korban olah? It's a certain korban, a certain sacrifice that there is no benefit to the giver. Normally, in a time of sacrifice, you sacrifice an animal, and then some other type of sacrifice you eat, maybe the right leg of the lamb, and together with the high priest. So at least you're eating something. Here, we're talking about you're doing everything, and in the end, there is no benefit at all for you. Everything has been burned into ashes on the altar. And this, for people who have to do a certain tikkun, a certain thing of a change that the person has to do, a transformation the person has to do, so that's why I bring that specific sacrifice. So it's not just a coincidence. You don't have to remember the whole details, but it's called korban olah, the sacrifice called olah. Okay, O-L-A. You don't have to remember all of it. Now, Why Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai say you have to be quick about it? Because there is no benefit. When you see something that you're not getting benefit from, you're normally not excited. It's very difficult to be excited about something. There's nothing in it for you. You know, nobody's running into a situation that you know in the end of that situation you're getting nothing. You know that's not maybe. For sure you're getting nothing. So the Korban Olah, you basically spend money. I mean, there's money. I mean, you take the old sheep, you bring a sheep, and some people don't have that much money, and they buy the sheep and bring it to the temple, traveling all the way to the temple, bring it to the Kohen, and they know that nobody's going to eat from it. Neither the Kohen. So the whole preparation that people are doing physically eventually end up with ashes for the human. So no Kohen is getting, no, the people who sacrifice not getting, nobody's getting nothing out of it. It's called Korban Olah. It's a specific sacrifice. It's called Korban Olah. Now, the idea is to start to understand what are we learning from that about us. And the idea is very simple. We are living in a universe that, I mean, until this our friendly virus arrive, we live in a universe that's quite comfortable, especially whoever live in America or whoever live in other country which are as comfortable as America. The concern was about, am I going to find the organic pasta or I'm not going to find the organic pasta? That was stress enough for us. Or please don't put sugar here, I only have stevia. Do you have stevia? No. Oh, okay, I have it in my bag, here's my stevia. That was our stress level. Stress level was tremendous when it's come to our stevia and our organic pasta and if this restaurant is dog friendly or not dog friendly and this and that. And what does this bring out in people is how quick are we to do spiritual thing. Now, how many people going to do some spiritual thing? So you have a letter from the head of the priest, from the head of the minister, from the head of the rabbi, from the head of the Zen and the Hindu and every religion in the world right now is telling you, don't pray, don't do things together, which is right because it will spread the disease among people. And some people are actually happy about it. What's going on? Why would you be happy about the not doing? Let me tell you. So that's the thought. And it's not judging, it's something to wake us up, of course. And the thought is like that. If from the beginning the person was not excited to do spiritual thing, and or whatever was the spiritual journey that was not done correct, now when you don't have to do it, and you have the right not to do it, and the rabbi or the priest or the minister or whatever it is, all the list of people telling you, you don't have to, now you're saying, all right, rest my case, no problem. I'm good, I'm wonderful, I'm fine. And the idea is, my friend, when we talk about your life, when we talk about your stress level, when we talk about what you want to achieve in life, you got to start asking yourself, you know, obviously you listen to my lecture for whatever reason, some for because it's spiritual, some because it's interesting, some because you have nothing else to do. You know, there's many reasons why you listen to this lecture. And the idea is, the purpose of spirituality is eventually has to be for me to grow to the next level. But it's in spirituality that work with Kabbalah, specifically the wisdom of Kabbalah, is different than spirituality that without the wisdom of Kabbalah. What is the difference? The difference is simple. In all the other knowledge that exists out there, they teach us that we need to change. Whoever study Kabbalah, hopefully study the real Kabbalah, understand that doesn't matter how much you're going to try to change, you will never change. There is only thing that can change you is when you study the study itself, not because you understand it or you don't. The study itself, within it, has enough power to change you where you need to be. So that is the essence of spirituality. So the essence of spirituality is not that I'm changing myself. I'm becoming less jealous, less angry, less upset. That's not spirituality. That's some things that sell well. It's kind of a self-help thing that from a business point of view, it sells better than what I just told you. Because what I just told you, hey, study, study, study. And the study itself has enough energy in it, and that energy will design to remove the negativity that you try to fighting with. Now that is not exciting because there is no ego in it. You can never change. You can never overcome your jealousy. You can never overcome the anger. You can never overcome anything. But because you study, you will be able through the study to achieve enough light, and that light by itself will transform you and change you. Now, I'm going to move now to something a little bit deeper. So hopefully you fly with me on that section. And if you don't fly with me, then ride with me. If you cannot ride with me, then give me something. We know that this Shabbat, it's called Shabbat HaGadol. Shabbat HaGadol. The big Shabbat. That's how they call this Shabbat. Why they call it Shabbat HaGadol? Why not Gdolah? Because it has to do with the level of Ze'er Anpin. Ze'er Anpin. And Ze'er Anpin is male. So if you relate to the male, Gadol. If you relate to female, most of the thing in Hebrew, if it's end up with the letter A, it's a female. If it's end up not with the letter A, it's a male. It's very, very simple. Gedolah, Gadol. So Gadol means male. From here we learn that a woman without the letter A in her hand will have a difficult time to give birth. Where do we learn it from? Sarah. Sarah was first called Sarai. And Sarai with Yud couldn't give birth. When God changed the name from Yud to A, now she could give birth. What is the other woman in the Bible? Rachel. Doesn't have the letter A in her name. She couldn't have children. What happened? Jacob get her a concubine. What's the name of the concubine of Rachel? Bilhah. How many hay Bilhah has? 2. 1 hay for Rachel, so she can give birth. 1 hay is for Bilhah itself, that she can give birth. So the letter hay is a female. So this Shabbat called Shabbat Gadol, not Gdolah. Gadol. What's special about this Shabbat? What's special? We don't even have a special reading. There's one little change. We just read Haftarah. Those of you who don't know what Haftarah is, let me explain it in a simple way. So normally, people go up to the Torah. There is 7 aliyot. There is 7 people going up to the Torah. And the last section, you repeat it. It's called Maftir. With the last section that you repeat, it's called Maftir, you read also a section from the prophet. And the section that you read from the prophet is exactly was revealed to the prophet in this Shabbat. So that's why you read it on this Shabbat. Do you follow me? Just move the head. You know what I'm saying? Okay. 7 aliyah, 7 times that the people go up to the Torah, 7 men. Why men? Because the Torah is a male, is Ze'er Anpin. That's why male. Okay. I will tell you a secret. Don't tell anybody I told you this. By the way, by all mean, women allowed to go for the 7 aliyah because it's malchut. But if you mention my name, I will have a big problem here. Okay. If you mention my name, I will have a big problem. And I will not let you get 7 aliyah, no matter who you are and what you are. But I say it because I just read from the book, whatever need to be written from a book. So I'm here to be honest. In a time like this, let's be transparent. Let's reveal all the information. So, but nobody will give you that aliyah, even if you say so. That it's written, don't use my name, please. So, the idea is that the Haftarah for this Shabbat is basically Haftarat Shabbat HaGadol. Special Haftarah. Where is the Haftarah being taken? From Malachi. Malachi was a prophet. And the Haftarah is a tough Haftarah. Tough. If you read it, you will be like, oh, this is too much. And it says that God will get closer to us. And as God get closer to us, I hear some voices from somewhere. I don't know where the voices come from. Please just keep yourself mute. So I will let you time to ask question in a second. All right? I don't know, is Roya Saber. Please just mute yourself. Thank you. Let me just finish this section, then you can ask. So it says that the Creator is getting closer to us. And everybody who's doing something negative will have to pay a price. And because I am God and I'm not making a change. Now what does that mean? It means that God is always equal. There is always perfection in this universe. There's never a mistake. And he continue, היקבע אדם אלוקים כי אתם קובעים אותי, ואמרתם במה כבודך המעשר והתרומה. He say, how do I know that you really relate to me and believe in me? Is when you give tithing and you give contribution. Doesn't make any sense. I mean, is God testing our tithing and contribution? Wow, what does that mean? Where do you give the tithing and contribution? What is that all about? Why there is money involved? I mean, after all, everybody burned out from religious organization or spiritual organization because of money. And all of a sudden, it's mentioned here in the verse 8, almost like turning us off. Why? היקבע אדם אלוקים כי אתם קובעים אותי ואמרתם במה קבענוך המעשר והתרומה. You want to know if you connect to the Creator? Are you serious about your tithing? We need to explain that. It doesn't make sense. Why is God will not judge us by the way we think about people better? Let's say, if my neighbor bothers me and I think good about them, that's how you know there is God. Or if I'm speaking nice to somebody, I don't want to speak nice. Or if I forgive somebody. Why does it have to be במה קבענוך המעשר והתרומה? Two things. One called tithing, one called contribution. To explain to everybody, tithing means that you take 10% from your income after tax and you give it away to a spiritual organization. Truma means contribution. When you see some people or some organization need some help and you buy them chair or food or I don't know, napkin or in our situation, toilet paper. When you feel good and bad, when a person starts to feel good and bad in life, because you have things that causing you pleasure, there is things that causing you pain. By you feeling pleasure or pain, this is bringing into your life punishment and reward. Pain relating to punishment, reward relating to the pleasure. Okay? ונמצא שאם האדם מתאמץ ביד הרגשות הרע שלו לפגום אמונתו בחמת זה. So what's the answer for that? You're going through some pain. If you're going through some pain, at that moment what happened? When a person goes through some pain, at that moment the person starts to develop some doubts. Why you have doubts? Because the Creator is only pleasure. If I have pain, any type of pain, I mean sitting at home, right? People are going crazy. I mean, my job is from home, so it's like, for me, it's the same. It just continues the same. Okay, the only difference is I'm not going grocery to buy, I don't know, samolina or milk. When a person creates a change, what is a change? Let's understand. Maybe I should call it transformation. What is transformation? It's a big word. It's beautiful. It sells well, but what is it? For example, people who suffer from, I don't know, they like to steal. And they still can't help it. For whatever reason. Maybe they have a good reason. They grew up very poor. I don't know. Their parents, put them in the pit. They went to eat turkey for Thanksgiving. Try to imagine that kid was throwing into the pit outside and let them sit there and forget about them. That person will develop eventually a certain desire of survival skills. Very simple, based on psychology, not just Kabbalah. You think and survive. That's all what you think. How can I get food? How can I get money? You can become a thief. It can go both ways. It can either make you better or make you worse. I'm just bringing you an example so we can fully understand the depth of this section in the Zohar. You want to be proud of your change. What do you do when you want to show people how you change? What do you show them? The positive thing or how negative you were? You show everybody, let me tell you who I am. Let me tell you where I came from. I took my kids and I want to show them where I came from. I took them to my neighborhood. They last about 2.5 hours. I live in a very rough neighborhood in Israel, one of the worst neighborhood. So I put my kids there. I said, come on, let's enjoy this, that. They were looking for the air conditioner. I said, there is no air conditioner here. There's not such a thing. Where's the supermarket? There's no supermarket. There is surviving. We are here to survive. Malasot, this is it. So I see my son put on Instagram, I'm in the hood. I saw the neighborhood, call it the hood. And the idea, I was proud to show them where I came from. Why was I proud? Because Listen, that's where I came from. That's where I am. So it's saying in the Zohar, כלומר שידבר לנו כי אינם נמצאים עוד בצורתם האמיתית. A person will look for the crime that they used to do and they can't find it. They can't find it. That's when you know you did tshuva. You look back, you say, I can't believe I did such a thing. I can't believe that I did such a thing. What about the people who are sorry for the good thing that they did? They will change too. But once you allow the Creator to jump in to your soul and dig out and take the negativity and put positive thing inside, of course you will change. Of course. The one who created you, you go and say, Master of the world, you wrote in your book, if a person want to become better, they do sacrifice. There is no sacrifice right now. What do I do? So, Rabbi Yochanan, as we read before, saying the Zohar, okay, there is a way what to do. When you study, God said, don't worry, if you study enough and you meditate that while you study, you remove the negativity, it's good enough. You will remove all the negativity. So make a list, guys. Passover is coming soon. Make a list of the thing that you wanted to change. Make a list and start study every day. Because the Shabbat HaGadol, which is this Shabbat, you know, it say that in this Shabbat we connect to Gmar HaTikun, to the end of the Tikun. Ameir misof haolam ve'ad sofo. It's a light that shine from beginning till the end. And for that reason, everything is been known. Whatever choices you're going to make, whatever things you're going to do, it's already been known. Everything you're going to choose, but you have a free will. If you truly believe that the Torah, that spirituality can really change you, or you believe that you can change you. If you believe that you can change you, please be my guest and try to change and let me know how it went, you know. But I'm telling you, maybe I'm too young to witness that, but I have enough experience from people, for myself. You can't change on your own. You have to have the light of the Torah to change you.